Hello Gemini, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love and life reading focused on the first half of December from the 1st all the way through the 15th. General advice as always, guys, so please keep that in mind throughout this reading and take from it what makes sense for you personally, release the rest. We'll be starting with these two decks, starting with the Fire and Ice Lenormand by Angelic Revelation 144, and then we'll grab some advice from the Truth Decks Soulmate Edition by Pretty Spirits. All right, here we go. First half of December for your love and life reading, Gemini. Here we go. So what is it that you need to know right now? What significant energies need to present itself here when it comes to your connection? So we've got the Anchor card, stability, security, and peace of mind. Either this is what's going on in your life, that you feel anchored, that you feel more stable in your life, that you're in a good place, or this is something that you need to strive for and work towards. We also have Clover, a very happy surprise. Okay, so that's actually a really nice energy. This always reminds me of, obviously, a bride and a wedding. So for some of you, there could even be an unexpected proposal, maybe. First half of December. I know through my intuitive channeled messages, if you watch those, I pick up off of definitely surprises, surprise proposals. So that's a possibility. Let's grab one more card. Ooh, we have letter. Okay. A thoughtful, passionate, loving communication. So some of you might actually receive some form of communication from your person. And again, it's interesting because this looks like a feminine writing a letter, obviously, and that to me looks like a wedding dress. Very similar energies here. So we'll see what is coming through. Let's go ahead and grab some tarot. I'm going to pull from my Luna Tarot here. Angels and spirit guides, please. And perhaps Divine Feminine, there is a masculine here that represents this anchor. And should there be a proposal for at least long-term commitment that could lead towards marriage, I feel that certainly is a possibility here. I apologize for that noise. We are getting some work done here in the house. Sorry about that, guys. I'll try to speak louder. Let's see. We do have the King of Cups. Okay, so representing the masculine here. For some of you, your masculine could be water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or they could have water in their chart. So as you can see here, the King of Cups is known to be an emotionally balanced individual that could represent that anchor right there, ready to offer their cup. This is somebody who loves you, who cares for you, Divine Feminine, who wants to build a life with you. But for some of you guys, there is distance and time apart, because I feel, especially for the feminines, that there's this need to communicate with your masculine, perhaps. Look at this. We have the Fool, which of course is a new beginning, an opportunity to start again. And adding even more interest to this reading is the Queen of Cups. So we've got divine counterparts right here, both the King and the Queen of Cups are represented in this reading. So Gemini, this could be your divine counterpart right here. Whether you're masculine, whether you are feminine, there is the opportunity to start again for this partnership to move forward, especially if you guys are at a distance from one another or dealing with some challenges in the partnership. There is almost like this reset button with the Fool card to get you guys going in the right direction. And so with the Queen of Cups, Divine Feminine, of course, this is a very intuitive energy from the Queen of Cups. So it's very important that if you are going to communicate with your masculine, that you rely on your heart to be able to help you communicate what it is that you need to say. Follow your heart, follow your intuition here. Because I'm feeling, especially from my feminines, that the communication is coming from you. It could be from both of you, but just the way the cards are presenting itself here, I feel intuitively it's from my feminines who will be reaching out. And I mean, of course, for some of you, it's possible that you will be on the receiving end of either a letter, a text, a phone call. You could have some communication on social media if that's something that you guys follow each other on. And look at this, we've got disagreements that you guys had. 5 of Swords. And so I feel there's this need to clear the air. And once that is done, things can start moving again. So maybe through lack of communication or interaction in the 3D, things are kind of at a standstill, but the love is here. This person represents your better half, your other half. They definitely complement your life. This could be your soulmate in this lifetime. You feel a very special bond to them. It's a very special soul connection. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles here, which is talking about collaboration and working together, working as a team on the partnership. So if you guys are on opposing sides, when you're disagreeing with one another, there's this need to focus more so on working together to overcome the obstacles, whatever that might represent. Because this is where you guys are meant to be with that 10 of Cups, that fairy tale ending, you know, the whole happily ever after type vibe. And of course, the 10 of Cups represents the possibility for long-term commitment, being very happy, possibly even marriage. Okay, so let's go ahead and add to this and see what else needs to come through here. But that's what's representing itself so far. All right, so let's grab some cards from the Truth deck here. The Soulmate Edition for your love and life reading, Gemini. First half of December. What else do we need to know? I feel the person that you are thinking about is your divine counterpart in this lifetime. Hasn't been perfect, but I feel you guys might actually be perfectly matched up for each other. Somebody could be very controlling here. The number 19 could also be a significant number for some of you. Maybe specifically June 19th, maybe. Okay. So it could be you, Gemini, that maybe your partner sees you as someone who is very controlling. Okay. So maybe that's something that needs to be worked on here. Okay, let's grab another. Let's see what else needs to come through here. Just a crush, okay? So take that if it applies. And this could also be talking about when you guys first connected, when it was just a crush, a literal crush that you had on this person. But I feel for those of you that are relating to the messages that have presented itself here, it's evolved from that. It's not just a crush anymore. And look at this, spiritual connection. Okay, we're not doubting that. We've already picked up off of the very special connection between you and your person. And then we have sexually compatible. All right, so which is interesting because that's actually what I will also be tapped into for part 2 of this reading, which will be available on my Patreon page. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this with some additional insight. I'm going to go ahead and pull from my Tarot Teacher deck. And again, I apologize for the background noise. It's super loud here in my office. Hopefully it doesn't transmit too bad on video. We'll see. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. So if you are the more controlling partner here, Gemini, that's an energy that needs to perhaps be just kind of stay away from being too controlling, because that could have been a part of the reason why you guys were arguing. 5 of Swords. Okay, so 5s could definitely be tapped into adversity in tarot. So someone definitely walked away here. It could have been you, or someone walked away from you. There's definitely some changes that need to happen here in order for you guys to address whatever these conflicts are, because there are definitely conflicts that are presenting itself here, which is why the Five of Swords is coming up twice already. I mean, look at this energy. Two people, you know, they're in bed, they're not even looking at each other, they're both upset, just not in a good place, you know? And part of the reason too that you guys might have been arguing is that maybe your partner was sneaking around, maybe they weren't being honest with you. There could have been infidelities here, because the Five of Swords could also be tapped into that type of energy where somebody's sneaking around trying to get away with stuff. Look at this, Queen of Cups coming up again. So that's an indication here, Divine Feminines, that it is very important that you definitely trust your intuition. Okay, that's huge when it comes to the connection with your masculine, because I feel for those of you that relate to what's coming through here, maybe your masculine ended up hurting you. Some of you guys could have also had children together. Okay, that's a possibility here, because the Queen of Cups can also be a good mother. This is someone who is mature emotional feminine is a part of the energy of the Queen of Cups, but definitely tapped into your intuition. Follow your heart, follow your gut. And then we've got more fives popping up: competition, rivalry, conflict, the struggles that you guys have been through. So tempers were definitely flared here for some of the discussions that you guys have had, arguments that you've had. So somebody was definitely feeling a lot of tension and stress as a result of those conversations that you guys had together. A lot of pent-up energy. Conflicts for sure. And part of those conflicts might have been infidelity in the partnership. We do have the Chariot. Okay, so this is movement. Here's movement as well from the Eight of Wands. Okay, so I feel you guys are not meant to stay in this Five of Swords or even this Five of Wands energy. I feel that there's a possibility that you guys can move forward from that. And, oops, sorry, I didn't realize I was off camera. So there is a possibility for sure that things can start moving in the right direction. You guys can work this out, because the Chariot definitely represents a very triumphant outcome. So even though you guys have had some issues, I feel there's still the possibility of moving forward and creating change and progress in the relationship. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave part 1. If you're interested in listening to part 2, please head on over to my Patreon page, and I will of course include that link down below. If you're interested in your own reading, Gemini, that information is down below as well. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Take care.